Now today we're talking about China. China, $6 trillion shadow banking investment. Okay, the China built a shadow banking system so vast, about 60 trillion worth, and now handle 40% of the country outstanding loan. Isn't just another story about Chinese debt. It's about parallel finance universe has grown in unprecedentedly proportion of the operating completely outside the traditional oversight. So the number 2025 struggle with wealthy management product, so reach about 31.28 trillion Chinese yuan. Okay, 60 trillion yuan. So that's 4.31 trillions up to the 4.70 trillion, 71 trillion. End of 2024, Trust Company now manage 27 trillion yuan in asset, so approximately 3.35 trillion and represent 24.5 increase 1 year ago. So underground lending network is about long, about lending network estimate about 157 billion annually to the illegal channel. So the money go to the illegal channel. Over 5 million participate according to government estimate. This shadow banking system doesn't appear any government balance sheet. It doesn't follow the international banking regulate. It is growing fast, even the Chinese regulator, despite intensified crackdown 2024. So, 2025 have struggled to contain its explanation. Oh, because that's why, when lots of cryptocurrency, we need to regulate properly, without a doubt, for sure. So we cannot let those illegal channel, shadow banking. Yeah. So look at what happened. John Long Trust has management about 108 billion asset collapse completely over 30,000 individuals and 2,000 institutions lost their investment. When the company default 250 billion UN worth obligation, this wasn't an isolated incident. It's at least 162 high-yield trust product default in 2024 along with more than 600 billion. So United Nations in trust assets at the risk. How did China create the world's largest unregulated financial system? Why millions of Chinese citizens continue to pour the life saving into those products, illegal products? They don't understand even after 3 massive failures and what happened when the shadow empire, because those corruption politicians, I believe that, also those party members. So the shadow empire finally stepped into the light. Welcome to the Marco Center and connect to dots of the global economy. Today we are exposing China's most dangerous secret, a shadow banking system. So massive, unstable. It's not good, unstable. When your investment is better, in stable fund, and collapse could trigger next global financial crisis, because financial crisis also influence people's life, many people's life. A society become unstable. So that's the reason. The story begins with a simple problem. Chinese banking couldn't lend to anyone. Could everyone who need money state-owned the bank, so were required to the lending primarily of a state-owned enterprise. The government project, private company, small business, individual enterprise. largely shut out of the formal banking system. But money, like waste always, and find a way in from the door, close, flow through the window. The crack eventually create entirely new pathway. So in China case, this is pathway become the shadow banking system. Now handle more money than most country entirely economic. This isn't just about alternative lending, it's about to complete reimagine of the how money moved to the economic traditional banking. Take a deposit and make loan. The shadow bank is everything else, so the packages loan investment product create complex financial instrument. Offer return the traditional banking cannot match. You know why traditional banking is much safe because they have certain loyalty. It's much safe for sure. Lots of new new inventory, innovation, AI. Also, we need to have regulate so on. So the scholar breathtaking Cullen estimated suggests China's shadow banking system accounts 40% of the all outstanding loan in the country, while precise total figures remain classified. Visible components along with exist 8 trillion largest entire GDP of the German. But this is what makes the story truly dangerous. Nobody really know about it. It's all connected, The global finances connect. So if you some of area is unbalanced, the cost of global finance inflation also. So it's affect many people now. So chapter 1, the wealth management. And understand China's shadow banking, you have to start with the wealth management products, WPS. And this investment vehicle have exploded about 31.28 trillion Chinese yuan. So in the May 2025, this is 4.31 trillion, making them largest land entirely economy of Japan. So the growth has been the relentless, and in just the first 5 months 2025, the market expanded 1.6 trillion Chinese yuan. So that is 221.8 billion new money flowing into those products, and the previous 11.75% growth. This is no sign slowing down. So how the work, instead of getting the money and saving in the account, earning the 2% interest, Chinese saver can buy wealth management products, promise about the 6% or 8%, even 12% annual return. The banks sell those products in their branch technique, so they are bank deposit, and they are investment structure revealing. So the May 2025 short-term VNP was mature, and 1 month less account for the 1.85 trillion Chinese yuan, which is 19% of the total market products, with the maturity between the 1 month 1 year makeup. And another is 9.09 trillion Chinese. The United Nations represents 29% of the market, daily open and the wealth management. The products also with the maturity over 1 year account for the nearly at 11.28 trillion Chinese yuan, and UM is 4.95 trillion Chinese yuan. So respectively, the distinction is crucial, crucial because it means these products are not covered by the deposit insurance. Oh, really, really. So that's why, those are not covered by any deposit insurance. If they fair, savor loads of everything, but most buyers don't understand this risk. They see the bank selling the product, assume this as safe as the regular deposit. The money from these wealth management products doesn't just sit in account. It's get investment everything from the real estate, project, commodity, speculation, or loan and company. Cannot get traditional banking finance. It's a massive recycling system. Take a small saving and turn them into a large risk investment. Let's take a small saving, turn to the large risky investment. The trust company represents another massive piece of the puzzle. In 2025, these institutions managed 27 trillion yuan asset, approximately 3.75 trillion. This is 24.5% increase. Just 1 year. So make them largest than most account in Thai banking system. The security make a long accounts. So 8.34 trillion yuan and 41%. All trust asset, trust company don't just investment in securities. They collect the money from the wealthy individual and institutional investor. Investing in the project that the bank won't touch. Spread across the real estate development. But they didn't get insurance. Those are high risk, you know what I mean? So those are real estate development is third tier city to the commodity trading scheme and even the loan heavily in debt local government. So interconnection, mind-blowing, a wealth management product sold by the bank. My investment trust product managed by company which lend money, real estate developer who use the collateral. Another loan from the bank, so it's a wave of the finance relationship, complex. Even the participant fully understand their exposure. The John Rand Trust collapsed in 2024. John Rand, I don't know who is. Reveal just how dangerous this interconnection together. So when it's company which is management, about the 108 billion asset default on the 2050 billion, you see, worthy and obligation, it is affect about the, you see, 30,000 individual investor and 2,000 institution clients. So this is collapse, so triggered by the massive lease real estate investment, but the ripple effect spread throughout entire trust industry. It wasn't an isolated incident. It's 2024 alone, and at least 160 high-yield trust products default, more than 600 billion yuan in trust assets risk. So the industry is undergoing and what regulator call structural transformation. And what is look more slow motion crisis, underground landing, network. So that's why, I have not attended those underground landing. I never, represent the dark corner of the China shadow financial system. The government estimate suggests 5 million people participate in this network. The moved approximately 157 billion annual. And through the illegal channel, and that's why it's not lots of cryptocurrency, it's dangerous because they don't regulate, So have to be regulated from the United Nations now, World Bank, and International Monetary Fund too. So because China don't do that, unfortunately, it's underground, it's shadow banking. They are informal network lender who operate completely outside regulatory framework and charges interest rate about, you see, underground is the interest rate about 20%, 30%, even higher. It's crazy, They serve for borrower which cannot accept formal credit, small business owner, gambler. It's worse, it's a bad recycle. is bad, the ripple effect, the recycle is bad, then worse, So gambler prepare poor credit in history. So who gonna pay back? You know what I mean? So that's why it's both are loose. Those of shadow banking are loose. Also those of investor, you know what I mean? So increase the middle class family desperate to maintain standard of the living. Make underground lending particularly dangerous is connection with organized crime. Exactly, according to the UN Office Drugs Cryptocurrency Crime Report from 2025, and Chinese organized crime group have become highly sophisticated, using the point running the syndicate money, moja, motorcat, cryptocurrency basis laundry moved to the illicit fund, both domestic and internationally. This is network. Don't just lend money. They facilitate capital flight, money laundering, illegal gambling, and the amount of the involved human trafficking, slave, and organ trafficking, So against human right. So because bad recycle against human right. So impossible to measure precisely, but 157 billion big likely represent only fraction the total underground financial chapter. So the regulatory cat moon scam. So the moon scam Chinese regulator are blind risk in 2024. So they are intensify their crackdown shadow banking unprecedentedly, because around the 90 financial industry, exactly mostly from the banking sector investigate about corruption 2024 alone. So authorities have shut down several largest underground banking, detaining about 30 suspect state, like Guangzhou, and the challenge shadow banking service. A real economic function is provide credit to the borrower who can access traditional bank loan. It's offer investment opportunity, so on. So several who higher return. Therefore, shutting down completely would cause the massive economic disruption. So the regulatory response is being hampered and the sheer complexity system. So when the regulator restricts one type of shadow banking activity, the money simply flow to the other, that open the risky alternative. So the Titan rule wealth management products trust company expand their offering when they crack down trust company underground lending network. So the John Trust case, JONG Trust case, is exemplified the regulator approach. So authority allow it to collapse, forcing the investment bear loads of loss. So represent a significant shift to previously participate, implicate government guarantee, protect most shadow banking investors. So new rule, in American Federal Reserve Bank, because they have insurance policy. When you put a deposit in the banking account, for example, each account had maybe 200,000, or 500,000 insurance, Okay, so each account, not above that. And the People Bank of China has taken a more active supervisor to law, but the system complex make comprehensive oversight nearly impossible without system simultaneous over-regulate under the regulate shadow banking institution. Hundreds of rules restriction, but many of these rules are contradictory, poorly enforced, easy. So also recent regulated effort focus on reducing overload the size of shadow banking, so on. Yeah. So trouble real estate market. That's why real estate affect structural problem and collapse. Zhonglong Trust 2024. Zhongrong shadow banking. Vulnerability massive explosion. The property developer. So now today we're talking about China, $6 trillion shadow banking investment. Okay. The China built a shadow banking system so vast, about 60 trillion worth, and now handle 40% of the country outstanding loan. Isn't just another story about Chinese debt. It's about parallel finance universe has grown in unprecedentedly proportion of the operating completely outside the traditional oversight. So the number 2025 struggle with wealthy management product, so reach about 31.28 trillion Chinese yuan. Okay, 60 trillion yuan. So that is 4.31 trillions, up to the 4.70 trillion, 71 trillion. End of 2024, trust company now manage 27 trillion yuan in asset, so approximately 3.35 trillion, and represent 24.5 increase 1 year ago. So underground lending network is about long, about lending network estimate about 157 billion annually to the illegal channel. So the money go to the illegal channel. Over 5 million participate according to government estimate. This shadow banking system doesn't appear any government balance sheet. It doesn't follow the international banking regulator. It is growing fast, even the Chinese regulator, despite intensified crackdown 2024. So 2025 have struggled to contain its explanation. Because that's why when lots of cryptocurrency, we need to regulate properly, without a doubt, for sure. So we cannot let those illegal channel, shadow banking. Yeah. So look at what happened. Zhonglong Trust has management about 108 billion asset collapse completely. Over 30,000 individuals and 2,000 institutions lost their investment. When the company default,